All right, and we are live again. So, last week we were talking about, I kind of lost my chronograph, and it's kind of a problem, especially. See, my issues are I'm not just like reloading one standard cartridge, I'm reloading a lot of obsolete, unknown variables, which is more or less like wildcatting. Okay, you have no idea, you have no load data, and you just experiment and hope you don't kill yourself in the process. So, a chronograph became, you know, important to me. It's a critical tool. In the past I didn't use it. Okay, in the past, um, I would just go by the load manuals and do an observation of the brass, make sure no high pressure signs and things like that. And then that was good enough for just basic casual reloading of a cartridge like 30-06 or 30-30 Winchester or 38 Special or something. You could just go by a target, you step your uh, loads up and go by your targets and pick out the best load that way. That's what I did for years. Morning and good morning. And you didn't need it, but getting into where there's no load data, no nothing, and especially if people are asking me for this information and I'm providing it to people, I don't want to give somebody something that's going to end up hurting them. Okay, so there's a big problem. So when it came to the chronographs, I asked you guys what you thought, and several people have one of them pro chronos like I do. And my second one is now in the boneyard. Uh, it What happens is it starts giving erroneous readings. Now I know it's set up right, okay, because like one reading will be on, and I got everything on the bench shooting in the same place, and then I'll get usually on the first string. Say we're shooting something, we'll just use a round number, 2,000 feet per second, a standard high powered rifle, 30 caliber high powered rifle bullet in that range. Um, so I get one or two where it should be, and then all of a sudden I get 900 feet per second. You know, so that whole string, I fire a few shots on the first one, go with the second string and up, and no problem. Well, this went on for a while until I was running some 7.62 by 55 loads, and they were doing the standard, 2 grand and some change or whatever, and was falling into where I wanted it. And out of this string of shots, I got one shot that registered at 3,800 some odd feet per second, which, if that was a true reading, the gun would have blown up. Okay. And there's no way, the way I'm loading this and the powder I'm using, there is no way for me to get that much more powder in there than to achieve that velocity. Okay. It's just impossible. It's an impossible thing. Any other reloads that were all loaded to basically the same amount of powder function in several other guns with no issues. Okay, so um, now we got a problem. If you don't trust your equipment and it's something important, then it's time to get new equipment. Morning. And actually, I took 314's advice. I went and looked up the Caldwell. Now, I guess when you're using these radar chronographs, the Garmin is the best one out there. Okay, but it's like 580, okay, 580 for one of these things. But it's small, it's compact, it really does work well. And, you know, it's the thing. Now, another thing, I don't know if any of you guys buy anything on Amazon Prime, but when looking for it, And also Walmart would sell cameras and stuff where you order it and it's delivered to the Walmart store nearest to you. Okay. And a lot of this stuff is returned, refurbished, or reworked, and they don't mention that. It could be returned. Somebody didn't like it for some reason. And a lot of the guys in the feedback, when I was looking at the lower things, were saying the unit worked, the unit did what it was supposed to do, but the box was kind of mangled. And he goes, the thing had dust on it and that, like where somebody had it out on a range, sent it back or whatever. So when you're laying half a grand down, I don't want something that's been sent back. So we go to Caldwell. Caldwell makes some, we call it an optic chronograph. They make a new one that reverses the way it does, and they give you all the little legs and stuff that you can just mount it on a camera tripod, and it kind of reverses the standard thing. But that's about $2. Okay. And I've seen several people use them and they like them. But then again, the one person, Hootie Hoo, keeps doing this, somebody's got to be giving him one, because he got one of those after he had trouble or put a bullet through his one chronograph. So we got one of those. And the thing is, as far as I'm concerned, one of them, the little wires goes up with the shades and you shoot through it. It's one way. And this is just kind of reversing it. But it's the same thing. If you put a bullet on one that was sitting one way, what's to keep you from being that far off, which I've never done, and putting a bullet through it the opposite way around? Okay. It's crazy. Okay. So I said, all right, let me look. And I said, Garmin X0. All right. $1,000 in Canadian. Oof. So I'm sitting there and going, well, I need a chronograph. Do I go and drop 100 half and go through this again after so long? And all that other fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, I ain't saying that it doesn't work, okay, but it's just about the same as the unit I'm replacing. Actually, Caldwell had one that was just reversed. Okay, and I think the Caldwell one was a little bit more expensive than the Pro Chrono, which maybe it would stand up better. I don't know, but again, I'm getting the same thing, and all of these things are Bluetooth now. There's no way to connect it for me to save the files like I was doing with the older ones and that. But anyway, I took your advice, 314. I was looking around, and that Caldwell Velociradar chronograph. So I guess all the new ones use radar, and radar is what I guess. Oh, not sure. What is it? Hornady was the first one who used the Doppler radar to check the ballistic coefficients. It was the first ammunition company to set up a range, and I guess now it's standard. I see a lot of people. I never quite knew what these devices were, how they worked. Poor radar. Oh, okay. Because the guy's got something sitting next to him and he's firing a rifle and he's getting a chronograph reading. There's nothing out in front of him. So I said, let's give it a whack. So I looked around after I was talking to you guys, or actually during it, I was looking for the different chronographs, and I started looking at the comparisons of this, the Garmin, this, that, the other thing, and all this other stuff. And Caldwell did make an earlier radar unit like this thing. Now the Garmin is small, I guess, in comparison. But I went out and got this, and the reason I bought this is because I found it that, because like somebody said, hey, this thing is, this thing's like only 40, 50 less than the Garmin, all right, but this has the chirp radar or something on there, and it comes with its own little tripod. I guess I got a bench big enough, and I just set it up, and you aim it through this peep sight, and supposedly the wave goes out, covers the front of the muzzle and the backstop. And I guess 100 yards is what it's gauged for. But 50 is all I do the chronograph on. I can do it at 100, but 50 because a lot of those old military rifles can be off quite a distance. And that small backstop, the 3-foot high backstop they got at my club, because the people who found it said, take it to the 50-yard range and get it close. You don't need a 4x8 board at 100 or 200 yards. Okay, so that's the way we got to do it. But interesting little unit. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to using. I read the book, and actually, I want to go out to where my range is closed right at the moment, but I want to go out there where I can set this thing up and get it, give it a try. But we'll just set it there now. So that's what we've been doing. Yeah, I mean, what the hell? Like I said, we'll see how it works. We'll see how smooth it goes. And the biggest thing also is, I believe, and it's not that the other chronographs are of poor quality. I believe that the shock waves, it's a plastic unit with internal components. Over time, that shock wave must, jar something. That's why I said maybe the Caldwell is better, because it looks like a metal thing. I think they fold in half, and stuff is underneath it. And maybe that metal, it doesn't jar as much as that plastic. That plastic's pretty flimsy on there. I mean, it's a good unit. It worked well for years. Yeah, I'd like to try it too. Just interesting. It'd be interesting to see. Okay. And the thing about it, it has two modes. One is audio, where the muzzle blast trips it. And the other one is trigger. Now I was wondering, what's the trigger? I guess there's something, you go plug it into the unit, and then there's a Velcro strap. You strap this sensor or trigger to the actual, it's like for a bow, compound bow. They show you where to strap it on a compound bow or an air gun or a silenced firearm. And then I guess the motion of the firearm, the recoil, hits this trigger and activates the measurement. We shall see, because usually how I test these out is I take them out back, get the pellet rifle, fire the pellet rifle across them, this brush pile or something, and see how it works. But this would be a little bit more complex. I'd have to set something up where I'm on a table outside in the driveway, where in plain sight of the neighbors, and then they'll start freaking the hell out. Rodney, good to hear from you again. Yes, it is a built-in battery. When I got it, there was a 40% charge on it. So I had to plug that in, and I got a full charge on the battery now. So we'll see. How long is the service warranty? You know, that's a good thing you brought that up, because like I said about the rifles, that's the first thing you should look at. And I am going to go through this and see. Big warning. That's not mentioned at all in this manual. We'll have to look that up. Please visit okay, it tells you right here, caldwellshooting.com for complete terms and warranty. Let's look that up. And I will give you an answer on that, because I'm okay. Boom. Okay, we'll call up the thing. Features. All right. I got it, but no mention of the warranty. Oof. That's 5.5 from them. I'm glad I got it for what I did. Getting it, that's $100.50 off. Okay. So let's see. Does not. Let's look at the reviews. It's out of curiosity. Got a 2-star review. Let's see if I can pull that sucker up. Ain't letting me. Customer service. Product registration. I should go and do that. Warranty. Boom. Lifetime warranty. That's just something I have to, not very clear, limited lifetime warranty. This warranty does not cover batteries, improper damage, cosmetic, not affect covered product's performance. Unauthorized use of disassembly, blah, 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 blah. And the warranty is measured by the amount of use it gets, how well it's cared for, not the shields. Shields. Let me look here. I think that's it. Make sure I got it spelled right. It's a sporting goods store, but it's out in Utah or some Scheels. Shields. Yeah, that's where I got it. I mean, for $100.50. Yep. Okay. I guess they say lifetime limited warranty. I have to go through that. They don't make it easy, and if it's not that, none of these people do. Buy from Shields. Tacos. Morning, morning, morning. Everybody got their greetings in. So yeah, I mean, you go to Caldwell, man, it's 5.5. So we'll give it a shot. See what it does. The only thing I don't like is that battery, because eventually the batteries don't hold the charge. Okay. And they're dangerous as hell, them lithium batteries. If something goes wrong or you bust them or some shit. I've seen these cars. They had a couple electric cars go up somewhere in Europe. And I mean, it turned, and when they hit it with a fire hose, the damn thing exploded. It was. I don't know. I just found them online. I don't have any of those places, and chances are something like this, they're not going to service it, so you got to send it back to Caldwell. But it's new. It was sealed. It isn't a return or anything. Okay, so it's weird. Right now, the shooting industry, there's a slump. Everything, they're dying with certain calibers of ammunition. I mean, they got sales. They're selling it for God knows what. The only thing is, I'm not seeing reloading components come down any. Okay, it's the foreign primers are down to about 3-4 cents a piece where they should be, but I don't know. All the stuff, all accessories. Because if you look at a lot of the flyers, if you get the online emails, it's not just guns, scopes, even the cases. They have sales on them big padded cases, like set me see, they're like $150 item. They sell them for $80. But it's usually all the weird sizes that are small that certain guns wouldn't fit into. Yeah, I've seen it advertised online. They send for uh, but I don't know. I guess it's. I went to their website. It's like Academy Sports or something like that. It's a sporting goods store clothes and all kinds of other stuff. I don't know. Is it lithium for sure? How would you tell? By tasting it? Rechargeable lithium ion battery. So, yeah. All I know is them little ones that go in the camera, I use for my video camera. Eventually, after about a year or so of using them constantly, they start not to hold the charge, and actually they get pretty bad to where I leave them in overnight in the charger and they only last, less than a half hour. So that's just the ins and outs of the modern world we live in. Um, but yeah, it appears to be lithium. But that's the way now. The other one took a little 9-volt battery, and you had a compartment in there for a spare one. You drive all the way out to the range, and then next thing you know, the damn thing, the battery goes out. But what are you gonna do? So that was a big thing I had to get done. Luckily, I could make payments on it, so it kind of didn't have to all chunk it up in one lump sum. It gives me some time to spread out the payments, because it's for an accessory, even getting it half off, half a grand for an accessories, nowadays, whatever's going on. Yeah, well, I 399.99. Oh, I'm excited too. Just that my range is closed. They're working on the berms. I've been waiting for the email. Let me check and see if I have one real quick. Corn. Okay. Until further notice. Okay, I have not gotten a notice yet. They may settle this all up. No, because it plugs in. It's got the little jack that goes into the device and a USB power charger. I mean, my wife bought some end tables that it's got this thing in the back. It's like a little cabinet end table. Plug that into the wall. There's 2 regular outlets, so we can run the lamp on the side of the thing, couch. Got a reading lamp, and then there are 2 USB ports, and that's where we charge our cellular phones, and I charge this. I charge that stupid metal detection machine that I got to verify silver and that. All of that has to be charged with that. I mean, there's no adapter. Maybe you can get an adapter to plug it in to a cord. I don't know. But I don't have it, and I've got something set up to where that's where I charge. That's where I charge the camera batteries, because the charger's the same way. USB ordeal. Yeah, and I caught it by mistake, just fooling around, because these guys said check this thing out, and they mentioned this new thing. I didn't quite understand it. Supposedly, the radar in this is a little bit different than the radar used in the older unit. They have something like this. It's red, is the older unit, and they tried competing with Garmin. And now this, I guess, is their jump ahead with the chirp radar to be something a little bit better than Garmin, or I have no idea. Yeah, see, once the software or the internal thing starts wearing down or whatever, I have no idea. Then you start getting these strange things, and like I said, when I'm dealing with something and I'm relying on it to give somebody information, I can't have the equipment doing that crap. Okay, it just somebody was asking me something, sent me a message, and I just said, look, I have to back away from everything because liability issues. I'm not advising you or telling you what to do whatsoever. And another thing that kills me is a lot of these people are looking for low data to use them friggin' guns from Royal Tiger. Okay, and a lot of them, I've seen them, they got stuff in there. You ain't putting no cast bullet in them guns. You'll be blowing the thing up real quick, you know. Yeah, it's called a tariff, Rodney. It's part of the big trade war. They're all rising. Yeah, that's. I think there is something made, a backup battery thing, because, or no, that's for the Garmin. Garmin has that. I don't know if this does. Of course, I haven't looked at the accessories and all this. There may be some kind of thing like that. I don't know. But battery life, they said that, I'll find out. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll bring a notebook with me and we'll start with a full charge. And I'll try to, since you guys are asking, try to figure out how long I had this thing actually on and running for the battery goes down. They're saying that it lasts long enough that you could go to a weekend competition or a weekend ordeal, and this thing should not have to be recharged, okay, uh, during an event or outing over the weekend. So that's what they're saying. But I will look into that. I don't see a problem with it. Like I said, I haven't used it yet. I don't know how long the battery life lasts. Okay, so I'll find out. I want to just go up, set it up, and see how it does. Because nobody, when they all tell you, these people who get these things, they're just doing a commercial for the. They don't actually get into, hey, I used it. They don't come back and say I've been using this for a month. Some guys may, but again, it's not in depth how long the battery lasts or none of this. Yeah, I don't know. But something to make videos. Now we got something to make content. Somebody's interested in it. Yeah, the little thing you stick on there, you stick in a 110. Okay, the phones don't have them. And when you buy the chargers, they don't have them. Okay, you got to buy that extra. Okay, Yeah, that's a separate item now. I guess maybe they figure you got one from the old phone or something. Uh, all right, so now we got something new. But I do have another local auction coming up, another state deal. Uh, all right, I'll kind of do that, and then like you guys said, if I take it out and use it, I'll charge it back up again. That's what I do with my phone, and so far the phone's been hanging in there pretty good, and the battery does last a while. Now mine, they have to every so often, also every so many years, they redo the berms because the way the berms are built, the erosion on the forward part of the hill, it's just a dirt bank. Well, they had people digging the goddamn brass or the lead out of there. They were mining it, and they were actually digging into the berms to get the lead out, and that's where they had to have a new ruling. You can't do that anymore. They were damaging the berms, or they were eroding faster. Okay. Um, so they got to go and rebuild up the berms again. Every so many years they do that, and that's why they're closed. And they closed all the pistol rifle ranges and all that. Shotgun ranges are another thing there. You can go shoot, skeet, and trap if you want, but everything else is kind of closed until they're done. So I guess they come in with some heavy equipment and stuff, and just keep going. Now, generally, the hardness. If you know what the thing is, I used to get a supply of linotype, and that stuff's harder than hell. And I used to just use that straight back in the old days because I had an unlimited supply, and that's all I cast the bullets out of. If you get hardball from any one of these places supplying it, I forget one of the lead places I buy it, it's expensive, but that stuff is hard. You don't need to test it. And the thing is, hardness don't matter what you cast bullets one way or the other. The cast bullet has to be over the groove, oversized by about 1 to 2 thousandths, then the groove diameter. So 357, if you're in a 38, you should be casting your bullets 358, 359. This will eliminate the leading because the lead seals already. It's being squeezed down, seals to the groove diameter. You don't get blow by, you don't get leading, no matter how hard or how soft the lead is. All right, so you use it. That's why I always use gas checks also. But now they cost a nickel a piece, so it blows that out of the water. You know, I remember, back 40 years ago, when few people cast it. Now I always use gas checks and everything, and always had good luck and cut down on the leading, cut down on all that stuff. Uh, but I really never got into it because most of the stuff I cast is hard or it's soft. Like anything for the old black powder guns, 120, 130, I buy it blended and just that's what I use or make it. When I used to be able to get soft lead, it wasn't contaminated to crap. You know, stuff's junk. And I got another batch of them black powder guns from my buddy, and he had a whole pile of revolvers. Of course, they're all brass frame, okay? And some of them are brand new, some of them have been used. I don't know. I don't even want to go there with a 10-foot pole, you know, because I avoid the brass frame ones, but people do like them. And of course, the only one he had with a steel frame, I picked it up, take a picture of it, list it online, and it rattles. Somebody went and filed or cut the barrel to where now the cylinder rattles around it. And I said, where are you getting? Well, I bought them at an auction. They're cheap. I just bought them on. I said, so you're just buying the stuff, throw it in a box, take it to a gun show, throw it out on the table and sell it. You don't even check it or nothing. You know, I said. But I know a couple of people were asking, I may have one Hawken 54 caliber gun that is functioning out of the last batch that he gave. I don't know. But it's rough out there. But like I said, got another auction coming up. Basically, see, a lot of times you don't know. They say it's an estate. But for a guy to have close to 200 firearms, you know, mostly long guns, kind of odd. And there's just a huge pile of every type of pump, shotgun. Not so many. I think you might have some 1100s in there. Single barrel shotguns, 22s of every type of description and kind. You know, I don't know, but there's a stack of military guns in there, about 8 or 9, and something tells me those are brought in by somebody else and added that per pound. You know what it is, I don't know. Down here, you know, if you go online to one of the few places that'll mail you a packet of lead, linotype is quite expensive. You know, like $5 a pound US, and you know, pure lead, it's 3 something. Here, let me look. I will check. And when you buy it off of eBay, and these people telling you that uh, it's not quite what you think it is. eBay, Zoro, Walmart. Yeah, you don't want to buy any of that. Pure lead products, Walmart, Temu. Go to Roto Metals. Roto Metals, and let me see. 99.9% pure lead, which that stuff ain't worth casting. $13.99 for a 5-pound ingot. Lead bricks. Hey, look. Bullet casting. Bullet casting alloys. Chamber crest. Hardbore is $25 for a damn 5-pound ingot. Lyman number 2, $26. Linotype alloy, 5 pounds, $31.99. Yeah, so they have that's gone up. That's gone up an awful lot. Hell, $31.99. All I got to order is 15 pounds. It used to be 50 for 100. Now it's 15 pounds, $100. Okay, casting bullets is about gone. I got some, again, I found some used ones in there. I guess I'll just load them up. I'm done with it. Which is screwed up because a lot of them older guns I use 120 for like the Verndals and that. And I guess I'm just going to use up the material I have in my age just to get rid of it. Yeah, but have you cast bullets with it? And what do they come out like? I got some really inexpensive lead, but there's something in there that it's contaminated with something, and they said it's 99.9% pure. So, and if you got arsenic hardened with arsenic, which is like roofing lead or sheet lead, that also throws the bullet casting off. And it's hard to find just pure old lead, anymore. I don't believe they quite make it like that. So I won't buy nothing off of eBay because you don't know what the hell is in there. Just not worth the hassle. Yeah, I didn't believe that. Lead's gone. Well, see, they don't produce lead. The last refinery or smelting place in Louisiana was closed 3 years ago. So none of this stuff is produced or processed here other than scrap. And I guess the scrap they have to sell if there's no places smelting or refining in the U.S., then any scrap lead is being sent, I guess, outside the country. I have no idea. Yeah, if you can get it to work, go ahead. I myself stay away from it because all you need is one thing to contaminate it, and I've lost a ton of lead with it getting contaminated. Okay, so I avoid that. All right, I avoid it. That stuff too. It's not what it was. I used to get a bunch of. I bought them new and melted them down. Whatever the hell the alloy is in there. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, if you're just casting something small like that, yeah. But yeah, that's what it goes. So yeah, but you're looking at $5 a pound, 5 to 6 a pound. So I don't know. That's what it's going for. Is it refined? And then there's different types of linotype too. Somebody had some sort of a press and brought me a bunch of the stuff. It was not like it was really weird, bubbly, strange. Just because it's linotype or being used like that doesn't mean it's good bullet casting material. That's another strange thing. Um, that's another weird thing. Yeah, I don't know about the casting. I got to go through what I got stacked up. I had a couple projects I was working on, but I don't know anymore. Might be time to start selling off everything because it gets tough. But then again, I got a lot of custom stuff. For all those old guns, all them bullet molds are custom made for what I use. Yeah, loading up 58 caliber Minier balls does 9 millimeter. Yeah, nine millimeter what? I think I got a friend of mine wants me to sell hard cast bullets. I forget 115, 124. Got like 1,700 of them. I mean, I got enough brass. It's just primer, load them up with bullseye, cheap load. Have a ton of 9. They're the old, I don't know what type. They were done in a machine, so it's a one design that you see on all the cast bullet places that used automatic bullet casters. Might be good. If it's hard enough, hell, I might load it up. The only problem is using the foreign primers. All them striker fired guns always have issues unless you use, federal primers. That's about it. I got a bunch of them. I'm gonna load some 380 too. All right. What again? I see you're putting like little emojis in that. Why are they deleting your comments? What's in the comment, and are you being targeted by these people? I remember you told me about how you had your channel and came under fire or something. Does somebody follow you around and report? You know how you can always flag or report this crap? I've never done it. Let me see here. You just look. Now, the only 3 choices you got here is delete the comment, put the user in timeout, and ban or delete their comments. Okay. I have to go. Let me see something here. I'm going to go back to my channel and look at comments. And under that, I can pin, remove, report, hide user, always approve comments, add user, managing moderator, standard moderator. See, that I find that strange. I do know, like somebody said, the AI is watching this, not so much a person. So I don't know if it's something. All right, let me get back to you. About $400. Yeah, it depends what if they're newer. The newer ones, I cast, and it was weird. It would leave a weird whitish residue in the barrels. So I don't know. And the stuff that's the stick-on wheel weights, they're not really lead or something. I don't know. Some people still use them. I avoid them. I shot up all the stuff I had and got rid of them. Who knows? Okay, was there a money or a value in there? See, that's what I'm want. I do know a lot of people complain that when you start saying, like if I start telling you this item costs X amount of dollars, X amount of dollars, um, the AI thinks I'm trying to sell a friggin' thing. And I guess you can't sell firearms, whatever. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. No, so I don't know unless somebody has flagged you or somebody. I have no idea. How long have you had the Megabait channel or username or creator? You're still a creator and all of this. And have you ever been? I've had strikes in that. Matter of fact, let me see if they still have that damn thing up on me. You go back to dashboard. Channel is 14 years old today. All right. Thought he said it was 13. All right, now they told me the channel is 14 years old today. This is strange. Video. All right, they have taken away. Okay, I don't know how long it was, but for a long time, I had the thing when I said something about the plague and spreading medical misinformation. That stayed. That was a warning. They took the video down, gave me a warning. That stayed there for like 3 years. The strikes I got had to do with finishing the 80% receivers. And I received a bunch of strikes, almost got the channel shut down. Okay. And I don't know. The strikes, all the other stuff went away, but that thing about the plague stayed there for over 3 years. Road salt. No, it's whatever the wheel weights are. See, down here they may ban them because lead's banned from everything. So whatever they put in the wheel weights, unless you're getting them from an old place. I went to a auction at a garage. It was an old place out in the middle of nowhere. It was a 3-bay gas station garage thing where they repaired cars for the locals. And yeah, you could find some of that stuff. Road salt, flaky. This is confusing me because I just mentioned Caldwell. I don't understand. And yeah, it's easier to buy Barry's bullets than it is to cast them. But that I just do not understand why your comments are getting. It has nothing to do with me. Like I said, I only got 3 choices to totally ban or whatever. But and yeah, now that we haven't mentioned the political stuff, uh, things have kind of ironed out where we just talk about firearms and reloading and shit. But I don't know. Oh, like I said, okay. How long have you had? I know you've been a subscriber, and I've communicated with you and spoke with you for many years between my channels, and I know that your main channel that you opened was about sport fishing or something. And like I said, how long has that been? Are you still a creator and using your YouTube name? And have you ever been suspended or any of that stuff? I know you told me that the one video where you showed them cleaning fish on the table, and then that was the end of everything there. Flaky. Okay, so never had a strike, never were censored, because it was during a live that I made the comments about the plague, and they took the live video down within 24 hours and hit me with that warning. Okay, that's how bad the censorship was. I mean, they told me if I do this again, you're automatically done. That was during the height, or it was when it was ending. It's when everything started breaking down. You know, and well, it's Sammy. So I'm just wondering why anyone's comments would be removed. And then you remember when we used to get the weird ones that would just keep repeating uh, during chats. I have no idea who they were or what it was about, or it was something. Um, I don't understand why they don't ban them. You know, all right. See, you must have got flagged. Okay, like I told you, when you go to your comments, you got flagged. They warned me about my comments. Okay. So what you've done is you've been flagged probably by more than one person. See, that's why I very rarely, if ever, I don't leave no comments anywhere. Okay. Even on the lives and that, I'll just say, hey, how's it going? And this, I don't make comments or get involved in these discussions. I guess this stuff is monitored. You must have got flagged. Okay. And the thing is, let me see something. Let me see if I can flag a comment on somebody else's video. All right, we're going to do this one here. Video. I'm going to go to this guy's comment. Yes, I went to somebody else's channel. I looked up the comments. And when I click on a thing, when I click on them 3 buttons on mine, I have several choices. But on this one, report with the red flag. Okay. All right. So if I really had it in for somebody, okay, I could go around to the different videos, and that was someone else's video. I just picked one at random. It was about guns. And I went, shut the video off. I seen all the comments, okay? And I can go down there, and when you go in the comment section, they have that thing in the corner, the 3 dots or whatever the hell it is. When I do it on mine, I can remove the comment, hide the comment, have a moderator, or that little flag, I guess, is a red flag. Okay, I can report this. Now, when I went to the other person's video and clicked on that, the only thing that came up was the flag with report this. So kind of like there's somebody, generally most of the videos I make about old firearms or something only have 200 to 300 views, and most of the people that follow the channel, in reality, that's probably my core after 14, 15, whatever the hell I keep saying here, years. That's the core of the people who follow my channel. There's about 350 to 400 people. And there's always somebody that for some reason, and it's not on everyone, it's on certain topics, always puts a dislike, and I only get one. Okay. Unless it's a controversial topic or I'm saying something against, political. Political ones get more dislikes than that. But just on, hey, this is this rifle, this is this, blah, 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 that type of video. The, vast majority of my videos are like that. I always hit somebody, always puts thumbs down. For what reason or whatever. One time I had 2 or 3, but the one guy that was a constant subscriber told me that he disagreed with what I'm saying, and I'm like, all right, I ain't here to get into a in-depth debate on stuff. So yeah, I think that's what it is. Somebody has gone around, and if you were warned about your comments, they were reported. See, I don't make a lot of comments. But the only time is if somebody asks me a question, I'll say something. And a lot of times if I make someone, and that because there was a few people I put a comment that, didn't agree with their point of view, and it was never posted. They just deleted it and wouldn't let it even post because the spineless bastards, that's the way they are. But we'll see. The black helicopters. Right. But here's the thing. He was getting it on comments. My question is, can you go to someone else's video and from the comments of this other person's video, you can flag it? Okay, I just did it. I just picked a random video, went to the comments, just picked one comment, clicked on it, and I have the ability to go to someone else's channel, go through their comments, and flag their comments. That's what happened to you. Okay. I do swear. And if somebody really annoys the hell out of me, I will call them names. I don't care. That's just the way I am. All right. I ain't gonna change police society, which is a screwed up mess to begin with. But yeah, there's some real nimrods out there on YouTube. Some of them I did have to block some people because it was getting ridiculous. I don't know if the guy was tripping on LSD or something and leaving bizarre comments on every damn video I made. Had to be done. Yeah, I don't know how that works because some have been blocked, and even though it says that there's a comment there, it won't show it to me. I think I know what you're talking about. So I don't know if the comment is out there or on the video or not. That reminds me, next time it happens, I'm going to sign into YouTube, not as the creator or user, find my video, and see if I can see a comment that I believe has been blocked. I don't know. I don't know how any of this crap works, okay, or how they make their decisions, or what the hell goes on, or why they do that. Yeah, see, that's why getting into arguments, or, I've seen people make videos about a gun. And I understand that they read something. I actually knew what the hell they read to make their comments and all their theories and this and that. And for me to go in there and just tell them, hey, look, you're wrong, get in this argument and everything else, it, it it doesn't work. It's just a waste of my time. I kind of do this as a hobby, not so much to get into where, uh, you know, if I say something and the person disagrees with me, okay, great. You know what? Go about your business. I really don't care, because it's like we got into the corrosive ammo. And I said, you should clean it out with some sort of water based thing. Even spraying Windex, it's a water based product. It'll wipe out the salt. Because really, the Russian military ammo, or Czech or whatever, is mildly corrosive. It's not. It doesn't have fulminated mercury. That stuff's a whole different ballgame. But these people, it just gets into this argument. Well, I use hops. It's rated for all that. I said, no, it's not. And your Nagant bores will rust. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If they don't, I've done it and they don't, and then it then starts this argument. Okay, and this person doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. I could say that, but it's just going to aggravate them even more. And they're already, because the thing is, it's like, well, I'm not getting into this. I know it's good, so just go on. I think you replied to one of my comments from one of your personal accounts. Had your name on. Exactly what did I say? Eh, I never got flagged. Did you flag me? No. Yeah, I noticed that. There's certain things you try to put in a comment, they won't. They won't let you do it. Okay. I guess they don't want us pulling. Oh, uh, when I go through the emails and I answer the comments, okay, it does put my name on there, and I don't really care if people know what the hell my real name is or where I live. I welcome them to show up day or night if they have a friggin' issue with me. Okay, so that doesn't bother me. Okay, at this stage of the game, I could care less, and I've never really run into any issues with that. And I've corresponded with a lot of people, and traded ideas and items, shall we say, okay. And on YouTube they don't want you using it for that, but there's a lot of people that know me, know where I am, know my real name, uh, you know call me on the telephone. So to me, keeping all of that private. The only thing that really bothers me, and what really had me worn down when I was in the middle of jobs and filing for disability, is people would contact me and go, hey, I want, or I need this done. And I go, look, I'm not doing that right now. Right, this stage of the game, this is something I could do. Right now I couldn't. And a lot of these people would not take no for an answer and got pretty belligerent with me in their emails. One guy just wanted something. I said, hey, I ain't doing that, and I ain't gonna do it. You know, well, I got money. And I just blocked him. Just blocked his emails. I don't need it. And a lot of people think I'm going to drop everything. Like someone said, hey, I bought this pistol, older pistol from the 1870s, foreign made gun, some weird caliber. Can you make ammo for it? And I'm like, and I went there. He was talking about these forums and what they're doing. I understand what they're doing. They made a lot of 38 bullets that were healed, okay, and all these weird different calibers. And I could figure out what needed to be done, but the key is to make the bullet, have to get a custom bullet mold, and I could probably get the gun if I had one like it in that caliber and get it to shoot over time and spending about $800. Okay, I could produce that cartridge and guarantee you that it will fit, fire, and work in that gun instead of rattling something down the bore that don't fit. But that's another story. Try putting my I don't know. I know that because I was thinking why don't you just do that? Yeah, that's because I go through my email and it just has my name on there. Like I said, I don't care. Uh, you know, like I said, I don't care if people know who I am. It doesn't matter to me. I don't have to keep, and I don't have to be anonymous. Uh, that never. Yeah, I don't quite know how the hell the super chat. Super chat. I don't know how any of that crap works. Um, you know, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't get on the FBI list because of me. Um, Whatever's going to go down. But today, we're getting there. Today's a nice day. I gotta go out and work in the yard for a while so my wife doesn't get angry with me. And next weekend, got an auction coming, so we'll talk about that. Another one of these local companies. There's a ton of companies out there. This last one I went to, uh, that gun auction was somewhat of a fiasco. And this one, I don't know if he's doing the firearms on one day because there's more to this estate. There's farm equipment, tractors, whatever. But yeah, there's a ton of firearms. I got to see how this three-ring circus goes, and for a dozen different mill surplus. And then again, are they in good condition? A lot of the stuff in this last auction was junk. I'd say 50% of it was junk. Okay, yeah, there were some good items. There were some collectible items. There were some decent things in there. Okay, but half or more was crap. Okay, this here, uh, more sporting thing. Like I said, there may be 8, if not even 10 guns that fall under mill surplus out of 190. Okay, and the weird thing is, a lot of guys that collected mill surplus collect these little 22 bolt action guns. And I think that's a big seller now because somebody that I used to speak with over the phone, um, he told me that he gave up on buying the mill surplus stuff and he got into 22s. And my neighbor showed me about 2 dozen different Remington, Mossberg, whatever. And I mean, there are all these different weird little models, different sights, different stocks. I didn't know. I guess making these little 22s was a thing back during the Depression and all the way through the 40s. I didn't know Remington made so many little single shot, clip or clip fed tube-fed 22 rifles that, you know, can't keep track of them. But, you know, I've seen these guys show up with a ton of them. And that's what you like. I mean, they're still fun to shoot. I ended up that little single shot Winchester that the family had for years. I ended up giving it to my brother's grandkids. They live on a farm. They can shoot that right at the house. That's where that ended up. I got one or two rifles, not old ones. But you never know. But I don't know if you're wasting a day. If the guns are junk, no use in me sitting there to bid on them. That's where you got to go through, get there early before all the imbeciles show up. Look at the firearms, check the bores, check the guns over real good, make your notes. And like I said, this is a bunch of real weird people. Because I remember I was standing there looking at a gun. I got this weird feeling there's some guy like standing right next to me. And that was the one to just pick up a pistol. Just sit there with it and do this for like 15 friggin' minutes. I'm like, that's where you get scared, man. Could be a washout. You never know. Well, all right. It's getting there. Hour and a half. Don't want to use up my free time here. Thank you guys for showing up again. It's an interesting discussion. I will, take this out as soon as I can get back to the range. I'm going to go out, set this up, try it out. I'll try to keep track of battery time and all this other stuff and a couple of the other things you guys asked. And I will make a video of me using this new contraption using radar. We're going top of the line now. I'm going to use chirp radar to figure it all out. All right, gentlemen, thank you. And, come back next week.